This is the House of Hockey podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Hockey is more than a game, it's a lifestyle. It's you, the diehard supportive fans, your favorite players who are on the team you cheer for and the organization who supports them.
The companies that make your gear, bags, and beer league sweaters. The hockey moms and hockey dads and everything else that makes this House of Hockey your home. Come on in. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Rae Rae.
And this is our house. Welcome back to the House of Hockey podcast. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Rae Rae.
And this week we have an influencer in the house today. I guess you can call it, she's a hockey influencer.
Heck yeah.
The Beer League Blondie. So we're really excited to talk to her a little bit later. And I think she said she has a guest for us.
Yeah.
She's fun. It's a little surprise for us. That's
cool. Little she was like, I have somebody else that's going to come on. Okay, sure. The more the merrier. Welcome to it's a house. It's a house party.
Who could it be?
To be determined. You'll have to listen to the rest of the episode to find out. But yeah, Tawny was a San Diego Gulls girl. Gulls Girl. Damn it. I still got it wrong.
Gulls Girl.
Okay.
Which could be taken as like a goal, like a seagull, which it is, or a goal, like a goal, like a goal.
Yeah. Even though we don't go with like arms up like a field goal post in hockey, but that's the international symbol for goal, right?
Goal.
But yeah, she talks all about her experience with that, and then how she started playing, like she tells us her whole story of how she got into playing hockey and then becoming a Gulls Girl, and her journey with the like Instagram account Beer League Blondie and all the cool stuff she's gotten to do because of that, and her journey of how she, like the whole audition process of becoming a Gulls Girl, and that whole experience, and cheering for she and her special guest to divulge their favorite player, who will surprise you who that is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What else did we talk about? Beer. She is the Beer League Blondie, so.
And they were cracking a few on the episode, which made me feel fantastic. A little FOMO-ish because I didn't have any beers with me, which was a bummer. But that's okay.
I mean, you could have.
Yeah, but then I would have had to go downstairs and in the garage and then into the fridge, which is very easy to do. But I didn't want to leave the conversation. So
okay. Did you ever like grow up wanting to be an ice girl? Was that like ever a thought that crossed your mind, like when you started watching hockey?
Absolutely not. Nope. I don't even think I would be an ice girl now. Clearly I never would be one, but that's like nothing against anybody, but like I never would be one. And I can't say that I've ever said, dang, I want to be an ice girl.
Okay. Yeah.
That's nothing against anybody at all. So
no, do you?
Have you wanted to be an ice girl?
I wanted to be like a Bulls cheerleader as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Like I wanted to be like the cheerleader doing the dance routines.
Yeah.
There weren't ice girls with the Blackhawks. At least not to my memory when I was a little kid. At least there are now in Chicago, but no, not as a little kid. No, I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to like shake my pom-poms and like do twirls and like
what did you want to be when you like grew up in general? You always really wanted to be a reporter, like a TV host, right?
Yep. I went to summer camp for reporters when I was 8 years old in Chicago.
Wow.
And I got to anchor the news. I was 8, and they did this thing in Chicago where on Sundays at like 5 a.m. they would let the kids do the news on television. And so I got to got to be the anchor, toss weather and
Wow.
sports, and read off the teleprompter. And I
Big
just
shot.
yeah, at 8 years old,
Yeah.
in my I remember the outfit too. I like picked out the outfit. It had to be my favorite outfit, which was a baseball outfit with a skirt. Like it was
Oh,
shorts with a skirt, and it was like a faux base. It wasn't any particular team. It was a baseball pinstriped shirt with a skirt. I thought I
okay.
looked so cute. And yeah, that's what I do now. I mean, I just sort of was one of those people that I don't know how to describe the feeling. It just sort of was like, oh, this is where I'll be. This is what I'm supposed to do. And
Yeah.
the only thing I can pinpoint is that uh, when I was growing up, there was the cartoon show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there
Yeah.
was April O'Neil, who's their human friend, who's a
Mm-hmm.
reporter. And
Yeah.
that's about the only thing I can really like say is a reason why, but I don't think I can give it that much credit.
Huh.
So
Well, that's cool. At least you knew at a young age. I mean,
yeah, what about you? Did you know what you wanted to do in life or anything like that outside of the hockey world?
uh, no, I mean, when I grew up, I grew up with a bunch of neighborhood kids, and we used to, I mean, we played sports. I mean, we were never inside. Um, at a time in my life, I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to play for the WNBA. Um, sorry,
Is
I
that
have a dog
Mate?
bark. No, that's our other dog, Colt.
I
Colton.
didn't know you had another dog.
Yeah, he's fat.
Where is Cole? Is he in your room or no?
No, no, he's downstairs. He's probably barking at something. He's technically a red lab.
Oh,
So he's brown and he's actually a really cool dog. He's really like stupid. He's smart, but he's like a sweet dog. And like you like tell him shake and he like rolls over for you to like rub his belly. But my mom calls him her brown sugar. It's sweet as brown sugar. So he's funny. He's a good dog, but he needs to go on a diet. But that's okay.
too many snacks in quarantine. He's got that quarantine body.
He's had a quarantine body before quarantine body was even quarantine body.
Okay, so
uh,
anyway, you wanted to be in the WNBA, which is
yeah, I
so
wanted to
cool.
play for the WNBA, and then I kind of got out of that because I just got tired of playing with like kids that I didn't want to play with. I've always been able. I mean, I grew up playing baseball, like t-ball with all the boys, and then when I was told like, oh, I can only play on an all-girls team, I was like, that's stupid. So then like I didn't want to do that. But after that, I wanted to be a musician. I want to play music. I want to be in a band. That was for a really long time, and then I clearly did not make it big. I did get a little bit of traction in the UK and with one of my bands, which was really cool. We were going to go on tour out there, and then we didn't. So that's about it. But
What? Because you play guitar, right?
yeah, I play guitar. Well, I grew up playing. I learned how to play bass, and then I taught myself how to play guitar, and then I taught myself how to play banjo, which I'm still learning. But I really love the banjo. I really love like bluegrass stuff like that. I mean, it just gets you going when you're like chilling in the backyard with a beer.
I
It's a good
know.
time. So it's a good time.
Yeah. I feel like you live in the wrong city, Breezy.
You think?
Yeah, you should be living
Yeah.
in Nashville or somewhere where there's barbecue and banjos at the ready. And
With like a tin roof.
mhm.
Take me there. Take me there. I just need to go, but
Yep, I just see you with like an air conditioner and a fan and like big, beautiful fan overhead on the front porch. You and Mate, you sitting there with the banjo and
yep.
the smoker going. I just got a visual of you.
That's my future. I think that's what I was born to do that. I was born to do that.
So
Didn't
that's your
realize it until
calling.
that's my calling. I should be living in the South with my smoker and my dog with a banjo.
We're 1 week closer to team practices happening in hockey, July 10th.
Hmm.
We're getting closer.
Who
Do
are
you
you I mean, you're obviously excited to see the Blackhawks play, but like other than the Hawks, like, who are you excited to watch play? Like, I feel like I'm excited to watch everybody, but specifically, I think the Canucks are going to be fun to watch, and the Coyotes are going to be fun to watch.
I think the Islanders are going to be fun to watch,
Yeah.
and I think Tampa will be very
Oh,
interesting to
yeah.
watch whenever they get back on the ice, because
Yeah.
everybody's like, Tampa's going to win it. Everybody said that for the last 3 years, and they
Yeah.
haven't,
And they
the
have pretty
odds, the
good
betting,
odds, yeah.
but that's proved like odds don't mean anything in hockey. I don't think. I
That's
don't
true.
think they carry really very much weight, especially because
Yeah.
not when it okay, let me clarify that. I don't think odds matter when it comes to like the Stanley Cup finals, because I think it's
Hmm.
so unpredictable what could happen.
Yeah.
Regular season betting, like I don't bet, but from my knowledge, that those odds I think are more accurate, because they can, like, you've
Yeah.
got home ice, you've got, you know, so much more
Right.
specificity with it. But yeah, I
Right.
think Tampa will be interesting to watch. I don't want them to win, but I think they'll be interesting to watch.
I don't know. Everything's so up in the air. I mean, I feel like no one will ever know who's going to win. I can't even give a valid predict. I think I've given like 12 different predictions over
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks of who I think could potentially win. Um,
But do
so
you even
now,
think it'll happen? I'm still like very cautiously optimistic that it will happen. Everyone's like, it'll happen. I just am like,
I mean, again, everything is so. I mean, I'm still waiting for the aliens to come down and change everything. Like, don't joke. Like, I literally don't know what could potentially happen. You're dying.
I literally spit my coffee
Oh my god.
onto my computer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The aliens. You
The
got
alien.
you got me with the aliens. There's fucking coffee all over my computer, my
Oh, no.
desk. Oh my
I
god.
didn't think you were gonna spit it out. I thought you were just laughing. My bad.
I
Sorry.
didn't think I was going to either. I told you everything's all fucked up with me today. Mm.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave that coffee mess here because I don't have any paper towels
Oh
nearby.
no. Oh no. Hey. Okay.
Okay, so you're waiting for the aliens to come down.
But I'm waiting for the aliens to come down. I don't know what's going to happen. Do I think playoffs could happen? Yes. Why not? I mean, you got to look forward to something, right? So I'm going to say yes, it'll happen. But I still think that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people who still don't have gear. Facilities aren't opened up yet. Like, it's not, I don't know if it's going to happen when they say it's going to happen, but I think it'll happen. But
Yeah.
I just don't know to the extent. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You good?
We'll see. I'm like still a little, I feel like there's water in my lungs.
It's not good.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
I
I don't
got you
think
with the aliens.
yeah, I just wasn't expecting that answer, and I'm a little bit
You never know what
delayed.
you're gonna get here, so
Good Lord.
that's funny.
So yeah, I'm optimistic that it'll happen, but I just still am not fully convinced. My voice is
Yeah,
all fucked up now. Not fully
you're good.
convinced it's gonna happen. Yeah, only if everything goes according to plan will they get to play.
Yeah,
It sounds like I'm like
yeah,
sort of like crying, and I'm not. Will they get to play? I
yeah.
don't
You're so
I don't know.
sad.
I'm so
So
sad.
sad. I'm
I
so
mean,
sad.
I'll take it. I wish there was more like news coverage of it and how
Yeah,
great it is, and how, like, I wish there was more talk of it in the
yeah,
sporting news world, of like how, gee, whiz golly, how the hell could the NHL agree to get all their players and everybody to agree to play,
yeah.
and the NBA can't figure their shit out, the MLB
Right.
is dealing with like renegotiating their players' agreements for like
Mm-hmm.
next year. So, I mean, I know that's like a separate argument, but
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL and the NHL are like moving full force ahead as if nothing's fucking wrong. And
Yeah.
those other two leagues are having some trouble, which is, I don't know. I think every league really is different, and not all sports are the same, and not all fans are the
Yeah.
same. And
Right.
I think this is just showing us proof that that's really the case. And
Yeah.
hockey players are like, we just want to play hockey.
That's true.
Just
Yeah.
give us the ice, damn it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
let's do it. And
Let's do it.
there's a
I
lot of
know.
other factors in so much of that, but that's like reason number 1521 why I love hockey.
There you go. Well, facilities, around here, I believe, are starting to potentially open up. When they start opening around, are you going to get on the ice? Are you gonna skate?
Breezy, I need to take a class.
You just got to do it. Sometimes
No,
you succeed when you are thrown into situations. I'm going to go do it, I think. I just talked to a
no,
friend.
I
We're
I
going to
need
go.
a class. I need somebody to show me how to stop. I need somebody to show me how to like properly propel myself and not die.
Die is a very strong word.
I know that's a little bit dramatic, but I'm very afraid to get on the ice.
Yeah. Well,
Who's going to take you on the ice?
I have a friend who I've been hanging out with that said we can go skate because he knows how to skate. So I was like, okay,
Okay.
sure, why not?
Was he going to teach you how to do all the things?
I'm sure I'll be fine. Just throw me on there. I'll figure it out. That's the best way to learn sometimes.
That's true.
I mean, I've been on the ice before. Like, let's not think that I've never been on before. I've been on before. Again, I'm scared because I got hurt. But I just, at this point in my life, I'm like, what am I going to do? Break an arm? Oh, darn. I'll break an arm. It's fine.
Ooh.
I've never broken an arm, so I'm probably going to regret that if I do break an arm. But
Yeah, universe, ignore that comment. Ignore that comment.
No, but I think, like, if it's something you want to do, you just got to go do it. And then, yeah, just
And
own
you
it.
do it. Yeah, I need a little, like, I feel like I need to be with the little kids with the little
Yeah.
plastic pusher thing so I can hold on and I
Yeah.
can figure out how to stop without, really just I want
Yeah.
to learn how to fall correctly. I need to learn these things, and I'm willing to like be thrown into the deep end with it, but
Yeah.
I want some like adult supervision. Like,
I want to learn how to fall correctly.
yeah.
So you want somebody to like go behind you with like a beanbag? Bing.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
don't put your elbows out, fall on
Yeah.
your butt, but like I got to retrain my instincts.
Yeah, that's true. Did I tell you, when I came up from Toronto one time, I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame and I got a bunch of pucks that have like the Hockey Hall of Fame thing on it because my nephews wanted some, their friends wanted some, and I was like, that's kind of a cool thing to bring back, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going through security and they're like, we have to open up your bag. And I was like, why? And they're like, what do you got in there? A bunch of pucks? And I was like, yeah. They're like, why? And I'm like, because they're souvenirs for my nephews. And they're like, that's a lot of pucks. So I got questioned. So be prepared. You might get questioned.
What do you got in there? A bunch of pucks? Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
It's fucking Canada, bro. It's
Right.
Toronto. What kind of
Yeah.
question is this?
You got in there a bunch of pucks?
Yeah, bro.
Anyway,
That's fun.
that was
How
fun.
many did you have?
Gosh, I think I had 8.
Oh, that's not that many for
No,
security
it's
to
not that
stop
many at
you.
all. No, and I only had like a carry-on bag. I have them right here, I think. I have a couple. No. I have a puck collection. I know we don't probably. Oh yeah, there we go. I got that up in Toronto. I don't know where my other one went. Oh,
Stand by for news. Breezy's going. She just showed me a Drew Doughty puck and Maple Leafs 100 anniversary puck.
there we go. There's the Hockey Hall of Fame one.
Mm-hmm.
I like to collect pucks. Do you collect anything?
No, memories and stories. I don't collect things.
Memories and stories. I got this. Check this one. Kings or Preds. actual game puck. Pretty sick.
That's cool. And it's on Halloween. That's wicked cool.
And it was a Halloween one. Yeah, I was sick. So
that's cool. Yeah, I don't collect physical things. I move around too much in my life. It's like I don't want to move a bunch of shit. So
yeah.
I prefer to collect stories, experiences.
It's the way to do it, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with collecting things. I think it's cool, but I support your jersey and puck and hockey collecting of things. I think it's really neat. I think it's really neat when people have all that and like everything, every single piece of it has a story behind it as well. So
right. Oh, bunch of pucks.
Bunch of pucks. On that note, this is the part of the podcast where we let you, yes, you, hockey fans, take the mic and tell your story of interacting with an NHL player, past or present.
What's up, Rae Rae and Breezy? This is Mike Bate from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this story is about the Chicago Blackhawks. I was in 6th grade when I went to my first NHL game. Being from Wisconsin, we don't have a team here, so we traveled all the way down to Chicago for the first game. My uncle hooked up some tickets against the Stars, which was great because my favorite team was the Hawks, and I was also obsessed with Mike Modano at the time. So it was beautiful. Got a jersey, super stoked. My uncle also said, hey, go outside and meet this dude outside of one of the tunnels between the first and second period. And the name was, I won't say it, but it's a name that you don't forget. And after the first period, like, we went over to the section tunnel, and, like, you could just tell, like, that was the guy. Like, he was just, he stood out. And you just knew. So he's like, hey, we're this and this and this. We'll take you down after the game to maybe meet some players. And I'm like, oh, my God. So we see the game. I think it ended in a tie. No sudden death overtime back then. But we went down. He took us down to the locker rooms, and we were waiting outside. And I was there with a bunch of other people. But Stars guys came out first. So I actually got to get an autograph with Mike Modano, and then a lot of the Hawks guys came out a little later. So Chris Chelios, Bob Probert, Ed Belfour, Jeremy Roenick. I mean, they're all signing my jersey. I'm literally, like, going crazy. Like, what is happening? And then all of a sudden, Tony Amante comes out, and he talks to the guy that took us down there, and he's like, hey, is this the guy? Meeting me, and he's like, yep. And Tony Amante, he takes his game used stick and he says, to Mike, best wishes, Tony Amante. And I got a picture with him too, and I'm just like, OMG. Super stoked, but yeah, that was my first NHL game, and it was pretty damn good, first game. So, love what y'all are doing. I'll be continually listening to you, and keep up the awesome work.
Thanks for sharing your story on the House of Hockey podcast. We'd love to hear your story if you have one of interacting with an NHL player, past or present. Just call our phone number, 323-438-2648. Tell us your name, tell us the NHL player's name and the team they play for, and then tell your story in 5 minutes or less. And you just might hear it on an upcoming episode of the podcast. You may follow our guest on Instagram. You know her there as Beer League Blondie. She's a former ice girl for the AHL's San Diego Gulls. She's a U.S. Navy veteran, and now she is an IoT Inside Sales account manager. But her name is Tawny, and that's what I think all of her friends call her. So welcome to our house.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, is that what your friends call you, Tawny?
Yeah. I get Blondie on the ice a lot, and that's how the whole name started. But yeah, Tawny.
And you have a surprise guest, a couple of guests that you want to introduce us to. Tell us who's in your house.
So I have Rachel, also known as Little Chicky Nugget. You probably see her all over my page. All over the page. And my dogs here, I don't know if they're gonna say hi, but they'll probably get really loud during this interview at like a very important moment. So that's them.
Tell us their names because they're hockey related.
Yes. Okay. So the one that we just got, you can see his little butt in the back. That is Rooster Pablo Escobar Pavelski. And then the Basset Hound is Barry Madison Bumgarner Bonds. So we're big on sports and the Bay Area here.
I love it. So are you originally from the Bay Area?
My husband is. I'm actually from Orange County. I went to college in San Francisco, and then I ended up back down here for the Navy in San Diego.
Yeah. Well, I think we should start first with what's your beer, since you're Beer League Blondie. Like, what's your beer that you have in your fridge? And Breezy loves beer too, so you guys need to swap beer here.
Yeah, you know what? Can I have a beer? That's a great idea.
Of course you can.
So my favorite beer in the entire, oh no, don't do the Rona time. I'm bitter about the Corona. Don't choose the Corona. There shouldn't be IPA unless I drank it all. Yeah, Swamis, there we go. So my favorite beer of all time is gone. It was Karl Strauss. It was a double IPA and it was so good and they got rid of it and I cried. But now my go-to is typically Swami's IPA. I'm not even sure if you guys have that outside of San Diego. It's Pizza Port.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm a big IPA girl. I like the hoppier the better. I like those gross, nasty.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I can't drink that. Breezy, what do you like?
Oh, I'm Coors Light. That's
You know, I can appreciate a good Coors Light. Let me tell you.
they're
Montreal,
crisp. They're great.
yeah, the hockey festival that I typically do in Montreal, MTL, they're sponsored by Coors Light. And so every time you're in the locker room, they have these like pretty girls. Like Rachel here was gonna do it. It was gonna be my birthday weekend.
Oh no.
Rona canceled birthdays this year, but that's okay.
Yeah,
They
but
did. They canceled mine.
great
Yeah.
beer, and you just like so. Yeah, I had to go a couple months without Coors Light after that.
I can imagine.
Understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Chicago, so we drink Miller Lite there. So I'm like a Miller Lite, like high life kind of girl. I just keep it real simple, basic. I like a Beta strawberry, because I spent some time in New Orleans, so it's like a little bit, you know, I don't know. It's a strawberry. There's strawberry in it. I don't know. It's good.
Or is it just like strawberry essence?
Yes, a strawberry essence. Rachel, do you also play? We'll get into all of that. Hold on, I'm jumping all around. There's so many things to talk about. Okay, we've covered the beer. Breezy, what beer is in your fridge right now? Just the Coors?
I have Coors Light. I have some Bud Light, but I'm real bitter towards Bud Light. I think it tastes like water. Sorry, Bud Light lovers, but it's the wrong choice.
Coors over Bud for sure.
Coors over Bud. Yeah, for sure. And I do have some, it's Louisiana beer. It's like a raspberry beer that I actually tried when I was in New Orleans. But yeah. I mean, it's not, there's like 4 bottles in there, so. Yeah.
I have a mango. Actually, you should try it. I hate it. It's super gross. I think it's called Mango Cart, but it's spicy, and so it's a mango beer, and then it has this. You should go get it.
I just opened one of these.
We gotta try it.
What is it?
It's so. Well, she's drinking.
It's a spicy mango cart?
Yeah, it's a spicy mango cart. It's that orange one on the top shelf. Yeah. So my friend gave it to me, and my husband and I tried it yesterday, and just, like couldn't stop laughing because it was so bad. But I don't know. You might like it. I don't know. But it
Let's
literally.
try it, Rachel. Give us a live review right now.
Yeah, it's spicy.
Mango cart spicy edition. Let's go.
It's good. I like it. Do you taste the spice at the end?
Oh, at
There
the
it
very
is.
whoa. No, it's good. It's really sweet, and then it's really sweet, and then that little kick at the end.
Spicy mango cart.
Oh,
Interesting.
I know, like the carts that like the guys on the corner who do the spicy fruit.
Yeah,
They put that whatever that tagine to something spice on there.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.8.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
All right.
For the rules, 1 sip.
So tell us how you guys got into playing hockey, or Rachel, do you play hockey? I know Tawny, you play hockey.
So
Rachel?
I used to play hockey when I was little. I did like hockey lessons. I played on like an all boys team when I was in like 4th grade because obviously, well, in San Diego there's not like a big, huge hockey community. There's certainly not girls teams.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there was, but so I played with the boys for a couple years, and then I took like a huge hiatus for probably like 10 years. And then I was in college in Santa Barbara, and I was like, cool, well, I'm about to move back to San Diego. I've wanted to be a Gulls Girl my entire life since I was like 5.
Wait, I want to pull up the picture.
Oh, she
Yes.
So my dad sent her this picture of me and the Gulls Girls back when I was like a baby, so she'll bring it up.
It's so cute.
So I was in my senior year, and I was like, okay, well, I'm a little rusty. I haven't skated in a while. So I took lessons to
Can you see that?
Yes.
Baby
So I took
Rachel.
lessons my last year of college at the local ice rink and learned how to stop because I was never good at that. And then I tried out for the team, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I love it. And you, Tawny, did you do the same sort of path
No.
of playing?
I actually crossed over to the dark side when I went hockey. So I grew up as a figure skater. I started skating when I was 3. I was obsessed with watching it on TV. So my mom finally was like, okay, get this girl on the ice. I was one of those people where I grew up and just skating was my entire life. Like I would wake up at 3 a.m, be on the ice at 4, change from the rink to school. And then as soon as I was out of school, change in the car again from school to the rink. I would do my homework during the Zamboni and then get home, eat some pasta because my mom like loved pumping me full of pasta. I don't know. And then would go to bed and start it all over again. And weekends, it was always a competition. If I didn't have a competition, then I was on the ice practicing. So I did that like hardcore until I was about 13. I did Disney on Ice for a couple years and got to skate at the pond, or well, it's the Honda Center now, but Honda. Yeah. So, and then I stopped though. I completely quit because I just got really burnt out and lost the heart for it, sadly. And I didn't even touch the ice. And then I went to a Gulls game, had so much fun. I follow all of the ice rinks on Facebook and Instagram, and I saw they posted that they had tryouts for the Gulls Girls, and I like half-heartedly tagged my ex, and I was like, oh, I should have done this, like darn, you know. And they emailed me immediately. They're like, hey, can you skate? Like, we need girls, can you come into the office? I was like, oh, okay, sure. And so I went in the office thinking it was going to be an interview, but it wasn't. Like, they had like our uniforms laid out for me to try on and do sizing, and I was pretty much signing there. They also bought me skates because I didn't have skates, and
Wow.
yeah, so that was nice. So that's where I got my skates. But that's how I got back on the ice. I didn't even skate until they had bought me skates. So I went from like age 13 to 21, 22. Without even touching the ice, and then just straight into the goals. Because I started skating again, I remembered that like love and passion that I had originally had for the ice. And I loved fucking watching hockey. I thought it was so fun. I've gotten a little bit more violent since being in the Navy, I think. So I loved all of that. And I was like, you know what? Like, I want to get back into this. I don't want to do figure skating. I want to play hockey. So I went out there, did the whole learn to play for free, went through all the drills. I always looked like a professional until it gets to the fucking puck handling part. Like, everybody was like, oh, she's a sandbagger. Like, oh, she's so good, blah, blah, blah. Some like backwards crossovers, whatever. And like mohawks, you know, like showing off my edge skills. And then you get a fucking stick in my hand and a puck, and they're like, oh, that's why she's here. But
That's funny.
So much fun. I've been playing now for as long as my Instagram's been around, pretty much. It's not that long. Like a year? Yeah. So I've been playing for a year.
Gotcha. So are you playing beer league? Like, what kind of leagues do you play in? Is there like non-beer leagues in your area?
Yeah.
No,
So
everything's kind of a beer league, but
I started out with beer league. I did beer league for like 3 seasons. We had our own team, the Puck Buddies. First season we were in rookie and our team was wicked good. We won like every game. They were like, you can't play in rookie, your team's too good, because we were killing people. It was like 11-1, like it was sad. And it's
Flex
funny,
on
though.
them.
Flex. It's rookie though. Come on, like we're only scoring because everybody's falling all over the place. Like it doesn't count. But so they moved us up to bronze, and then in bronze we got our asses handed to us. So we were like, oh no, like this awkward middle ground. But we just moved rinks, and I'm doing a new team. I'm not the captain anymore because that was a lot to handle. And I'm doing this new team. The team name is called Hold My Beer, which is great. And that's like an in-between level for that bronze and rookie. So yeah, there's a lot of ranks around here. It's obviously not as many as you would see on like the East Coast or something like that, but I would say there's like 3 that are pretty close to me right now. And like 5 throughout San Diego. Yeah. So there's a lot of hockey here, and I think the Gulls are really a part of that. I think they brought everybody's interest to it a little bit. But yeah, it's fun. So I like doing tournaments though. Love tournaments. I never played in high school or anything like that though. I'm just a beer drinker.
Which is good. Which is cool.
Yeah, just beer drinkers with a hockey problem.
Rachel, where are you from?
So I was born on the East Coast in Philly, which I think is probably where my love of hockey came from. I grew up like in the Flyers arena. I don't remember it. I was like, I think we moved to San Diego when I was 3, but my dad said that I grew up there, and so I've just had a love of hockey my whole life. So I moved here when I was like 3. I grew up all over San Diego. I pretty much lived in like every little town in San Diego. Unfortunately, my mom just loves moving, so we moved like once a year from 7th grade till I moved out. So
Wow.
crazy, but I love San Diego, and I've always been a Bulls fan since I can remember.
Tell us more about your time, like, with the Gulls on as ice Gulls Girls. Oh my God, that's a tongue twister. Sorry. Gulls Girls, and that's where you guys met.
Yeah. So I was on for a total of 3 years. My first season was the Gulls' second season. So yeah, Rachel, you came on my second season, so their third season. I was hired and brought on for their ice crew manager, and so I was in charge of all the routing and etc. So it was really fun scheduling, and that's how we met.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We met at the tryouts actually, and she was like, she came up to me and she's like, "You can actually skate," and I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
I'm eyeballing everybody. I'm like, okay, who has potential here? Like,
and then
what's your name?
Yeah,
okay,
she's
great.
like, "I'm gonna put a good word in for you," and I was like, "Sweet, I don't know who you are, but like, go for it. Like, I don't know anybody here," and that's obviously like I said before, like this is just something that I wanted to do forever. So just meeting her at tryouts was probably like the biggest thing for me, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's been on the Gulls Girls and she likes me. So like,
That's funny. So what is it like to try out to be on like an ice crew? I feel like a lot of people don't know the extent that you have to go go through tryouts.
So we have two. I don't know if they still do this, but Ice Crew and Gulls Girls had 2 separate auditions. So you would try out as a Gulls Girl. It's very straightforward and super professional. You come, they give you a uniform that that would be. They ask you to wear something that would be similar to the uniform, and the first part of it is you get skates. You check in, you get skates, and you just kind of skate around. But what they're really looking for is that you're just going to have fun in an awkward environment, because they want everybody to skate. So if you don't know how to skate, they want to make sure that you're going to have like an upbeat smile and like you're a positive person and you're going to have a nice time, like even though you're super uncomfortable.
Right.
And so that was the first part of it. They do a brief little like 3 questions maybe interview.
Yeah. Just like a get to know you. So they ask you your name. They ask you why you want to try out, and then like a fun fact.
Yeah.
Really
It's nerve-wracking. Even as a returning person and like going through the tryout again, it was still like I feel like it was even worse because
Right.
I felt like they had an expectation for you to meet because they know you. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm so comfortable with you. Like you were at my friend's barbecue, or like I was at your kid's bar mitzvah, like something.
Yeah.
And you're asking me what my name is and like why I want to be a part of this team. It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and there was a panel of like probably 6 or 8 like people in suits.
Yeah, and it's
you're
like
just
people
like-
from the Ducks.
Yeah.
It's like important people.
Yeah.
You're just like standing there in a sports bra and like skin tight
Leggings.
leggings. And you're like,
Right.
hi, I'm Rachel. I've probably seen you before.
I probably should have had so much beer the night before this. Like,
I had such a good sleep. I was like,
Oh,
this
God.
is it. Like, this is my dream. I was so excited for it. So then you take the skates off, and then there was like the on
the
ice.
rally.
Yeah, like the on ice appearance. So you go on shoes, and they have you like
pretend to like hype the crowd up.
yeah.
So like a fake T-shirt toss. Like we do all these like little promo hits.
Yeah.
So like the favorite one. Do you want to do it?
which one?
This one. You should know this immediately. No, the like finger pointing, like the we're number one. Everybody does that. Shit. Like,
And
we're
we
all
always-
like up there, like hey. And then her
We
and
always
I
do
always
finger
like the
guns.
guns are good. Like, and you hold up T-shirts and you're like, yay shirts, or like a hat, and you're like, ooh, a hat, like.
And then they have you like throw stuff into the audience. You're not actually supposed to throw it, but like I
do it.
did. I got stuff stuck in the ceiling. They got all mad.
The nets.
Chances are over. But they weren't.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But they
Well,
just,
that sounds like fun. That sounds like a really fun job.
yeah, no, it is.
Oh, the job is fun. Once you
Oh,
get
God.
on there, it's fun. It's
So
just
fun.
like trying to hype up a crowd that's not there is extremely
Yeah.
awkward.
And honestly, the girls, the majority of them are so nice. Like everybody's pretty down to earth, and I want to bring that back to the fact that it's involved with hockey.
That was another thing. I was not good with the shovel. It's actually
It's really hard
it's
to like
heavy
learn.
and to like maneuver it when there's
Yeah.
snow piling up in it, it gets extremely heavy, and then to like turn it and
The big thing is turning it. So I know this is going to sound so lame, but like when you turn, if you're going too fast and you don't turn the proper way with the shovel, all of the snow will fly off of the other end of the shovel.
Oh.
Right. That's
really-
not good.
Yeah, no, you have to like know either you have to turn on a dime or stop and then like re-go. I hate that because that's more cardio for me that I'm not doing. So
Do you guys have any good stories of your time there, or anything fun you can share, or maybe okay, give us
share.
no,
give
she
us
actually can't share.
okay, give us one you
drop
can share.
She'll plead the fifth. When the 2 players started getting in a fight in front of me when I was trying to skate, so I just like had to stop and wait for them to get out of the way. I stopped and I'm hearing these guys like arguing and they're about to fight, right? And he's like, "Dude, you make like $15,000 a year," and the other one goes, "Bro, you just got fucking traded." So that was pretty funny. Another good one would probably be. I used to work the boards, so I would be the first person that is scraping the ice right before, like right in front of the benches. And that was always a lot. Well, first off, it was a lot of snow because all the boys stop there, right? So you get like a lot of snow pile up, so it was really heavy. But, oh my God, wait, what about the time I got spit on?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I get spit on all the time. Doing the boards, you get spit on. But this time happened. What's his name? Lomberg.
His
Lomberg.
last name's
Lomberg.
Lomberg, but we called him Scrappy
Yeah,
because he was like really small
he
and he always got in fights.
So he was on the Calgary's AHL team, and he is constantly in fights. Like he's played for Calgary a couple times. I follow him on Instagram. It's like Lomberg or something. But
We don't care.
yeah, whatever. No, he's really cool. He was so nice. But this is what happened. So I was doing the boards, and this time I was on the penalty box side and not on the bench side. And obviously this guy was in the penalty box. And it just happened to be like I was skating by right as he claims it was his water bottle, right? But I fucking know these guys. They're just spitting on the ice. And anyways, I'm coming by and all of a sudden I just get in the face. And I was just like,
Oh.
and I turned, my face was just like, what the fuck? And I like look back at him and glare, and he's in the penalty box, right? The scary ass guy that's fighting everybody all the time. And he just is like this. Just more like the most genuine, like emotion.
More.
At least
It's like
he felt bad.
Like
It's like the Jonathan Bernier story when he spit on a ref. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah.
And his face was like, oh.
Yeah, like I guess they deserve it a little more, but like I'm just trying to clean your ice, dude. Like,
Yeah.
So he did this, right? We made that eye contact, and he was like panicking. So the next end of the period, I stood at their tunnel and waited with my water bottle and was like, I'm fucking dude.
Oh
And he came off. The first thing he said, he was like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah. Like, and he was just really genuinely nice. But yeah, dude, that was probably my nastiest story.
That's funny. Did you ever have like a favorite Gulls player?
So we're not allowed to say that.
I will say more.
Oh, okay.
But we outed this bitch, so no rules. No. We're not supposed to have favorite players. If you ask a Gulls girl, our favorite player will always be Gulliver, which is true.
Okay.
I fucking love Gulliver. He's my best friend.
Okay.
And that's the mascot, right? Just for people who don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Gulliver's
Okay.
The best mascot in the AHL.
Also, I don't know, Rachel, if you relate to this as well, but I honestly think of Gulliver as a different individual. So, like, I know, like, the guy that plays Gulliver, right? And then I know Gulliver. And I'm like, I like Gulliver way more than I like you.
That's so funny.
But, yeah, I know that's so weird, but it is what it is.
So have you seen any pro players like on the ice that are now in the in the NHL, like in your time? Like who are some of the guys you've seen?
There's a couple people that have moved on to the NHL, Sorensen, etc. Montour's huge one, yeah. Chase DeLeo, Cache, whatever. And Campbell, the goalie
Keaton
for
Thompson, yeah.
the Nasty Kings.
Yeah.
They're fucking gross, but anyways, he was.
I like the Kings.
I hate the Kings.
Breezy's a Kings fan. It's okay. Go toe to toe though. Go ahead. Talk. Chirp it out. Chirp it out, guys.
So Campbell, he was there. Oh, that's another good story too. So he played for Rain. And I don't know if I want to get into. He played with the Kings this last season a lot. I actually saw him against my Sharks, and they ended up winning, and that was fucking whack. But the great story with Campbell, though, it was my first or second season, and he was out for a concussion, and he was with Rain, and it was like playoff game with the Calder Cup, and so Campbell was out, and then their second string goalie got injured during practice. And so they had their third string goalie in. This guy had to like duck walking through the tunnel. I fucking shit you not. He must have been like 6'7" without skates. And then he put on these skates and was walking around, and just massive, like so tall. And you would think that would help him as a goalie, but the poor kid, I think it might have been his first AHL game, got ruined. And he was so nice, so I felt so bad because our ice crew is in the away tunnel, so we're always sitting there with those backup goalies. And he got kicked off the ice. Our fans, we have this lovely chant, but it is a little heartbreaking, and I only feel heartbroken because of this one goalie, because they ended up pulling him, and our team was doing this, our fans were doing this chant, and the guy was literally like crying. I wanted to give him a hug.
Okay, but
what's the chant?
Should we do it?
How many goals?
How many goals have we made?
7.
And okay.
Sorry.
Who's should we yell at Campbell?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So you call out. The way it starts is the guy with the can of whoop ass.
Oh yeah.
He waves it around and warns everybody in the crowd, like "Hey, it's coming." Yeah.
But it's a big can. It's like a coin.
And it says whoop ass. So he waves it around in the air, and then he'll yell out to the opposing goalie. So he'll go, "Hey, Campbell," and then the whole crowd will go,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all your fault. You suck, loser.
That's epic and super brutal.
Like the whole crowd yells it, and honestly, it's so much fun.
And it's every goal. So
so you count
yell
out
6,
the goal.
and you do 5, and you do 4. So
You do every goal that goalie misses.
So you hear it a lot.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, if
Wow.
you're doing well.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I love it.
And since we're not allowed to do it, we get in trouble if we do it. So we just.
But we would whisper. We would be like this. We'd be like,
Tell us then who you cheer for in the NHL. Like, who's your NHL team that you support? Both of you.
Kings.
Sharks.
Rachel, you said Kings?
Yeah. I'm not even. I'm a Kings fan because I was dating a guy. Okay, we all have these stories. I was dating
Yes.
a guy. He was a diehard Kings fan. He actually played hockey. He's like not the reason I got into hockey, but he's the reason I got more into hockey.
She has a thing for goalies, all you guys out there.
So if you're a goalie, just kidding.
And so how did you become a Sharks fan then, Tawny?
So I actually was a Ducks fan, but like I said, I went to college in San Francisco, so all of my teams have just been Bay Area teams, like except football. Football, hi friends. Football, I was a Peyton Manning fan, and that's a whole other topic, which is super sad. So now I don't have a home. I think I'm going to be a 49ers fan.
Talk about the adventures that you've been able to go on playing your Montreal festival. What else have you been able to do?
Yeah, so this platform has actually, like, I made this Instagram, like, as a joke, actually. Beer League Beauty, everybody knows her, right? She's got, like, 50, 100,000 million followers. So I did steal her name. Like, I should have stole it. I did Beer League Blondie, and it was really as a joke because I'm so bad and she's so good, and I just drink beer. Like
The irony.
Yeah, the irony. But I think that kind of resonated with other beer league players, and maybe that's why it got as big as it is. But it really wasn't. I didn't think that was going to happen. I honestly made it kind of a satire. But it's been so much fun, and I've met so many cool people. Like my favorite people, and I post about them all the time, is the Hockey Sauce Kit guys.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny Sauce, love him. He's one of my favorite people. He's amazing. He's so funny. He's come to San Diego, and we've hung out and done some sauce. He had me work that hockey expo that was in Minnesota, and that was the first time that I actually experienced like it snowing besides boot camp. So I was able to enjoy it, and it was so much fun. Like, it was great. They took me out. We had like a nice little house together, and it was so much fun. We went to a hockey game. We ended up closing out the night with dinner at the diner from the Mighty Ducks. And in between that, though, we had gone to a bar with the On the Bench boys, and it was just so much fun. And like on the way to the diner, we got into a snowball fight in the middle of the street. We were all hammered, just like having the best time. So that's probably one of my most memorable moments that's happened so far. I just had such a fun time. It was really good.
You were with are with like the legendary, people in the hockey community. Like,
right? It's so
that's
scary.
Insane. So cool.
It's so intimidating though too, because like these guys are legends, right? And I'm little Miss Nobody from San Diego that just started hockey a year ago. Like, I'm a normal person. And like people hit me up in the DMs and they're like talking about hockey, and they're like, "Oh, I'm surprised you responded." And I was like, I'm just me, guys. Like, what do you mean? It's not a big deal. But yeah, like it was definitely intimidating, like meeting them and hanging out with the On the Bench guys. They're hilarious. The other big trip, like you said, is that Montreal tournament. That is so much fun. So I did it last year. It was my first year, and I was so excited to go back this year for my second, but it didn't happen because of the Rona. Fuck you, Rona.
Tell us about that tournament. Like, is anybody sober? Like, I know it's a beer league tournament. Like, what is that like? Describe the environment.
It's just a really fun environment. So you have teams that are literally coming from all over the world. And I know that they advertise that, but I think like when I saw that, I was like, okay, they probably have like one team from, I don't know, some random European country, or like Canada. Ooh, like, oh wait, I guess I'm the foreigner. Huh?
Yeah.
I would think out.
You're the international
Team. Hell yeah, I'm an international team. What up?
Exactly.
I really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I mean, I saw they had a following and everything, but I didn't know really what to expect. So we went in and it was so amazing. Everybody's speaking like 20 different languages, except me. I only know English and a little bit of Spanish. The facility that they had it at too was gorgeous. I've never seen a rink like it. The closest thing I would compare it to is maybe Anaheim, the rinks. So they had the 2 clean sheets of ice, just gorgeous. They had a bar upstairs and like a food court upstairs. And it was great ice and better people. And they're also hosting like little like events in between all the games too. So like they had a poutine day where it was just a poutine buffet, right? Which got my American heart going. I was like, I can't find fucking poutine anywhere. And I'm in Canada at a hockey rink with a poutine buffet. And it was incredible. Poutine.
Such a weird word.
I know. The more you say it, the more awkward you feel.
I know. You're just like, why?
But it's like the looser you say it, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your go-to chirp?
Oh, fuck. I'm instantly thinking of one of my dear friends. His name's John Mesa. If you play hockey at all in San Diego, you probably know Mesa. He's everywhere. He's coaching. He's skating. He's working at a rink. He's all over the place there. But his favorite chirp is, "Hey, yo, what are those? Gucci socks? What are those?" and so we always, I know it's not even like insulting really, but like it really hits home for me. And I feel like when somebody asks me if I'm wearing Gucci socks, and
Because she is.
I am, bitch. Let's go.
You are?
No.
Oh, I'm like, what?
I hit up this one Bay Area company. I don't know how you say it. Bear Bar. It's BAHR. They make custom skate guards, and they made me Louis Vuitton ones. So I had Louis skate guards, and I still do. But after this whole chirping thing, I asked him. I was like, "Hey, like, do you make Gucci ones? Like, could you get a hold of some Gucci material?" And so he made me Gucci ones, and I got a pair for my buddy John too. So he can officially say he has Gucci
Skate guards.
socks, skate
Yeah.
socks. Kind of.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, being an advocate for women's hockey? Because you are, like, you totally are. You play, and even being an ice gull. Did I say it right?
Gulls Girl.
Damn it, Gulls Girl.
GG,
That works.
ice girl, ice cream.
I threw whatever.
You're still an advocate for women being in the sport of hockey in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, and it also terrifies me though at the same time. Like I want to like encourage girls to get out there, and I think that's one thing that does play well in my favor is that I'm not stupid good. I haven't been playing hockey for years. Like so if you want to pick up hockey while you're 25, 26, 27, fucking 30 something, 40 even, like go for it. It doesn't matter if you're shitty. It just matters that you're having fun and getting out there and just trying it. Like
And drinking beer.
And drinking beer.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, if you're 21, if you're of age, right?
Yeah, if you're of age.
No beer, lemonades, Capri Suns. Also, like I said, on the opposite hand, it's a lot of pressure because you have so many people that have been playing, like so many women that have been playing their entire lives, and like Beer League Beauty, for instance. Once again, I'll bring her in. Nikki's amazing. She's so sweet. We just met via live not too long ago. But I don't want to be put on par with them. Like, they are good. They are talented athletes. That's not what my account's about. I feel like I'm not that talented.
I think Beer League Blondie is like a lot of promo, so it's a lot of like getting the word out about brands. It's a lot of like cute pictures and videos of
it's
like
about having fun.
Yeah.
Like my page is about like getting out there. It's that raw beer league, like we're getting drunk and trying to play some hockey here. This is how we go. You know, I don't play for the college teams. Like I never did any of that. And I have so much respect for them. So I will be the first person to be like, as soon as people are like, oh, like, well, I don't know. I forget like an instance, but if they ask me about all those other girls, I'm the first person to be like, oh no, they're actually good. I'm just the drunk one. Like, so like if you're trying to just have fun and try out the sport for like, you maybe it's something you always thought about and never got to, like get to it, try it. It's never too late. It doesn't matter if you suck, like just have fun.
Yeah, I mean, it says it in your handle name. Like, it's very clear who you are. Like, you are saying you're Beer League Blondie. Like, there's no way to misinterpret that as, like, a professional player or anything like that. But I still think, you know, the more faces we see like that seeing you on the ice is enough of an inspiration, I think, to young girls and girls of all ages to be like, oh my gosh, she's out there. Like, that makes me want to get out there, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely more accessible than, you know, someone who's been playing for 20 years and is just so good at stick handling. You're like, oh, I'll never be as good as her. Like, you could be as good as her in a year. She's been playing for a year, so like you could be just as good as her in a year. So it's like it's very accessible, and like she definitely brings her personality through her page in every single post, which I love. And she's also not afraid to speak out against, you know, things that are going on in the world too. Like,
I just want to be me and make sure that everybody knows exactly who I am, and I'm not gonna like get lost in the sauce per se.
Exactly. Well, let's stay on the whole women's side of thing. Who are your two favorite? Well, not you don't need two, but one from each of you. Hockey ladies.
Ooh, okay. Maya, I love. She is like super good, really, really good, and she's so sweet. She's always reaching out to me. And then I would go with the OG, the queen herself, you know, Beer League Beauty. Like the fact that she can fucking stick handle the way she stick handles blows my mind. Like I will never get to that level. And like I'm honestly scared to skate with her because like skating against mine, like I said, as soon as I get a stick in my hand, like, I don't know what I'm doing. So
no longer know hockey.
I'm gonna praise when I first started my page, there was a lot of comparing between us two, and like I said, that was the first time. I will shut it down so quick. No, she's fucking good. She plays her whole life. She's worked hard for this. Like, don't even put us on the same level. Like, stop that.
Yeah.
So, she's really good though.
Honestly, I look up to her so much. Like Beer League Blondie is definitely like one of my favorite accounts on Instagram. And I mean, just like knowing her like as one of my best friends, like she's so inspirational and she like just does her shit. Like she didn't ask to get all the follows that she's gotten. She's never paid for anything. She doesn't pay for endorsements. Like she's just a real person who loves hockey and loves the people who she works with, and she, you know, loves, you know, working with other brands and getting them on the map as well as like them helping her out too.
I've been seeing a lot of hockey pages and like girls that are and women playing hockey, and it's starting to get a little bit more risque. I just want to say, like, if you feel like that's what you need in order to get followers, don't do it. Like it's that's not it. Just be yourself, be genuinely yourself. If that is yourself and you want to get crazy and like that's how you feel, like do it. Fuck yeah. Like
I almost took offense to everything you just said.
I'm okay with that. Like more power to you. If you want to show off your body, that's dope. But what I just want to say is like don't think that it's a requirement. Like don't think that it's necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, look at my feet. Like there might be a bikini shot occasionally. I wear a bathing suit, guys. It happens. But
Tawny has
like
boobs. She's a girl.
Oh my god!
Barely, y'all. But like what I'm trying to say though is like you don't have to. If you think that you have to do a certain thing and like follow that trend, like fuck that trend. Like do your own thing. Be your own person. Like don't lose yourself.
But if that is you,
it's okay too.
You get it, honey. Show that ass. Let me see it. I'll be the first one to hype you up with all the little fire emojis. All right.
Right. Tell us, who is your favorite hockey hunk?
Oh God, how much time do you have? I have to choose one. My husband. No, I'm just kidding. Burnsie.
Burnsie. I didn't hear you.
daddy, okay? And
Beard
he
boy.
is not the best defenseman, but he's still better than Carlson on the Sharks. Yeah, I'm a hater of Carlson. I'm sorry.
You know, I gotta back you up on that one. I have to agree. He's a bit overrated.
So overpaid. We fucking lost Pavelski for this shithead. Like, what are you? He's not even playing half the time. Like, you broke your thumb, dude. Cut it off. Get back in the game. Be an NFL player. Like, what do you mean?
No, be a soccer player. If you're gonna
Dude.
cry.
Yeah, if you're gonna cry, go fucking play basketball or soccer. No offense if you play basketball or soccer, but you guys just have to cry a lot.
Rach, who did you say was your hunk?
I gotta go with Brandon Montour just because he is
Aww.
a Gulls grad and we love him and
He's cutie.
so cute.
He's really cute.
If you're watching this, come say hi to me. I'm just kidding. One of the first games I saw when the Gulls came back to San Diego, he was playing and I looked over at my dad and I was like, Dad, he's mine. He's my favorite. That's my player. Whatever. 2-6 all the way. Got him. So then as the season goes on, he's getting better and better. He's a defenseman, right? So, like, when we're in their zone, he's always at the line. So he was behind the blue line, baby. Behind the blue line.
We're talking about this again.
Motherfucker shoots and scores bar down from behind the blue line. And I was like, Dad, I'm done. I'm like, I just want, and then he goes to the Ducks, and I was devastated. But you know what? He deserves it. And then he got traded, and now he's across the whole world from us, and that's okay. But, you know, he's definitely one of my favorites. Honestly, seeing him go bar down from behind the blue line, like who does that?
Well, tell everyone where they can follow you guys at.
Yeah, I mean, at Beer League Blondie.
And I'm at Lil Chicky Nugget.
Little chicken nugget. I like that.
Thank you both so much for taking the time to fill us in on your life and adventures with the Gulls and everything. The Gulls Girls, I got it finally at the end of the episode. So thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming over to our House of Hockey podcast and hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. And in the meantime, you can follow us on social media. Just look for House of Hockey podcast. We'll be back next week.